morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Joey Evans.
And it's the news. Not a ton of news today, but we do have big news for you.
What could it be?
Today is June 12th. You have 3 days to make up your mind to come to Dice Tower East.
Do it.
Figure it out, pal.
Well, don't figure it out. Just do it.
Yeah, let's
You're not
go.
helping.
What are you
Don't
waiting for? You're one of those people who loves towing the line. You like to live dangerously, don't you? It's okay to get it a couple of days earlier before it absolutely. I get it. I've done taxes too. You know I'm out there trying to beat the tax monster to the deadline. Get on this ticket. I want to play some games with you.
This is fun. Taxes are not.
I know, right?
Please don't be comparing us to taxes.
Yeah, just like taxes.
Talking about deadlines, not taxes.
Taxes. We're talking about taxes.
All right. Well,
Z-Tom's like this.
Anyhow, also.
It's me. That's me on you know.
People always ask
internet.
me, like, what time is it ending on the 15th? Do it the 14th.
Yeah,
come on.
Okay.
That's a weird question to
2
ask.
words. Tax monster.
You're like, I would like to decide 30 minutes before.
By the time
is
they
up.
email you, they could have just registered.
Okay. Yeah. So come. Z says he wants to play games. We're gonna have a lot of fun things. We got some events that are gonna be happening there. We're going to be doing a top 10 list, you and me.
And not
Pro
me.
ZD.
That's right. Okay, there's going to be some celebrity sightings in the house.
Top 10 games that
Tom
we will
Vassell.
still be playing 10 years from now.
I'm excited for this list. This is going to be an interesting list.
Guest of Robin Hood.
We were talking about that. No, you will not be. You think you will be.
Maybe.
We're also going to be showing off the premiere. You'll be able to see The Hobby documentary about board games that was made with a lot of people you might recognize from the board game world. I think Z's in it.
Am I really?
What?
I think you open it. I think your
you're
line's
on
the
the
first
cover.
line. No, that might be a different documentary.
Where's my royalty check?
Gross.
I want to have sad news for you. You signed that
No,
away when you signed
I'm
the
also
waiver.
excited to see that. I'm actually. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to. Gaming, of course, being one of them. And we're gonna have a bunch of hot games on the hot games tables that are brand new, popping stuff.
Not out
But
yet.
also the premiere of the movie.
Yep.
San Juan. A lot of cool stuff. A giant pandemic. That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh,
there's
the
a
game.
giant version of
The game.
pandemic there.
That's better.
I'm psyched.
All right. Well, let's get into the news. You're about to get a whole lot less.
I'm really excited. I'm happy. I feel good about my. Wow.
There can't possibly be any bad news today. I'm so excited.
Okay, well, here's the thing. This is, I think, even news. So, well, let's talk about the news first, but we'll come back to the Asmodee part of it. I want to talk about the Asmodee part of it. But
Yeah, okay.
Zombicide has been sold to Asmodee, and this is not like something that just happened either. This has obviously been in the work for months.
Right.
Because
Years, of course.
these deals that are this big. We talked last week?
I feel like it was a week or two
A week or two ago,
yeah.
we talked about Simon selling Blood Rage, Rising Sun,
And Ankh, Gods of Egypt.
Ankh, and
Starcadia Quest,
and Arcadia Quest to
That's right.
Tabletop Tycoon. And then Zombicide, though, is one of their big 3 games that they still have. They have Zombicide, the United series, and Massive Darkness. And they got other stuff. They got Project Elite and
Death May
Adventurers.
Die.
But Death May Die and Marvel United, or DC United, whatever it is, that's what they have left. They sold Zombicide.
So here's the thing. There's 2 ways to kind of tackle this. One is Z from 2 weeks ago who said,
I didn't like that guy, by the way.
if they sell Zombicide, then they're in real trouble.
Yeah, but he was.
And I don't always agree with that guy. I know sometimes I do.
Oh.
And this is clearly a necessary influx of cash that they need.
Yes.
And what they're putting that cash towards, I don't know. I assume shoring up their defenses and getting some stuff produced and delivered. That's what I'm thinking. The other way to look at this, which I've seen online, a few people kind of, come to the defense of this argument, so to speak, is that, look, Zombicide as a franchise was kind of on the decline anyway.
Right.
And they are selling it off, certainly not at its peak, but, not the intellectual property ones, by the way. This does not include them selling the
Marvel
Zombies or Deceased.
Right.
Those are tied up in, other IP discussions. They're selling all this stuff off while it's not, super hot, getting that cash, and then to keep the company going, to keep the company kind of like making moves to be a stronger entity in the future,
Yeah.
as opposed to like stuck in the past with Zombicide. I could see it either way. I think it's a waiting game at this point. We have to wait and see kind of what happens. Are these games now going to start getting delivered, the ones that they haven't delivered yet?
True.
If so, then this is good news at the end of the day.
It's like they're trying to do the right thing, hopefully.
Yes, I agree. And that's better than not, right?
Right.
Well, Simon did.
They put out a statement themselves.
Yeah, I can't find it right now. But they put out a statement that said they're still delivering White Death.
They're currently doing that, actually.
They're currently doing that.
Yeah, and the Zombicide sort of branding is with them for a few more months. So if you have a problem with your shipment, you still go through them. If you have replacement parts you need, you still go through them while they wrap up White Death.
Now, on the other side of things, so I'm hoping that this is enough money for them, and I'm assuming it's a considerable amount of money.
I assume.
Yeah.
That this will help them deliver all their other projects, and they'll be able to rebound. This, usually when you sell big properties, it usually isn't a good thing, but it has worked well for some companies. AEG sold Love Letter, and we were like, what is wrong with you? And they rebounded from that.
Yeah.
So who knows? Again, I'm always hopeful in these situations. I'm even more hopeful, though, on the other side of things. Some people hate Asmodee, like, almost irrationally.
Right.
I get that Asmodee, and I'm not a big fan of Asmodee's customer service, especially missing parts. Their thing on that.
Yeah.
But as a company, you gotta admit they're putting out really good product.
Right.
Their stuff is, you can say they're mass and blah blah blah, but some of the hottest games that come out for the past 3 or 4 years have been Asmodee.
Yes.
And I'm interested in, I like Zombicide, right? But every time one comes out, people are like, oh, they're milking it again. Maybe Asmodee has a different take on it. Hopefully they're going to put something out with it, So.
And we've been dealing with Asmodee a lot for various things, and we see the human side of them, I guess, maybe more than a lot of people. I like the folks there and everything.
Right.
And they're also split up into different studios, and those studios have more control than I thought they would.
Right.
That's
Like
good.
Days of Wonders is picking their stuff that they're doing, and the different companies. I don't know. I'm hopeful for this. Yes, you probably won't get the 600 miniatures per box, but I don't know if that's a good thing anyway.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing. I didn't expect to see come to pass, but I'm hoping it'll be good for both sides here. Maybe we will see, like Joey's saying, something interesting Zombicide. So not even interesting. It is interesting already. Something different.
Right.
Zombicide. And then maybe Simon will come out of this strong with a new vision, some new interesting choices they could make.
Right.
Because it does feel like they've had to kind of be careful and play it safe because of the money. I'm assuming, but maybe this will be a chance to do something outside the box.
Yeah.
They were already distributing it anyway, so this is not going to be a huge.
That's right. Yeah,
change.
Asmodee was already involved in getting it out, Zombicide out there anyway. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some upcoming games. We'll start with Bamboo Smash. This is.
What am I looking at?
I have no idea.
Bamboo Smash. Give me 1 second. I will pull up the. I'll tell you who's the publisher is. So, this is a game coming soon to you.
I do like that logo a lot.
Come on, cover for me, Joey. Why
It looks like one of those pressure
Thanks.
things where you see those YouTube videos where they smash things or unsmashables with those big machines. I don't know why. That's a rabbit hole.
Do you like watching that stuff?
I do. Do you not?
I like it okay.
Like a bowling ball. I'm like, well, that's not possible, and it's possible. What's it called? A big little.
It's a
Yes. Oh, that's the rabbit hole I go down.
okay.
All right, this is from Pendragon.
Oh, I like Pendragon.
And yes, so Bamboo Smash is coming. Sorry,
Is it post-apocalyptic?
Took me a while to find the company here. Yeah, this is you want to summon some pandamons and claim victory, but you're also worried about panda gods coming and destroying you.
I'm always worried about panda gods. I mean, they're going to trip the entire time walking up to you to kill you. They're so cute. It's another rabbit hole I go down.
Anyway, this is coming your way. All right.
Okay.
Fortunes
Yes.
of Scoundrel Bay.
I just looked at this
is
morning.
from Chili Fox. This is a 1 to 4 player medium-heavy Euro game where you will lead ragtag crews of pirates seeking gold and glory by battling ancient sea monsters. uncovering buried treasures, delivering valuable goods, etc. The board looks very similar to Jamaica's board in some ways.
I'm doing a Tom Vassell.
The game, yeah. That's true. The game offers a rich pirate theme without negative player interaction or take that elements.
You can still slap the other players at the table, though. You can do that in any game you want.
Right,
to.
but it started in Jamaica.
I'm trying to see if there's like a dead body on the floor behind her, but there's not. That's a good cover, too. I like
It's
it.
a great
like that
cover. I
cover a
like
lot.
that board. It's multi-use cards, from what I understand.
It's a lot of blue.
Medium heavy, which is also interesting because it doesn't look medium heavy.
It does not.
But there's a lot of stuff going on, apparently. I love the artwork. I saw some of the cards. Man, am I excited about this game. This very quickly shoots to like the top of my anticipated
Really?
list.
Cool.
Yes, it does.
Well, they're also, this is from Hachette here. We have a new edition of Celestia coming.
Nice.
So Celestia is a push your luck style game where you're all riding in a blimp, and one person's the pilot, and each time you can jump out or hope that pilot gets you up to another town that gives you more points.
I like Celestia.
I like it a lot.
It's been around. It's had some staying power,
Yeah.
Celestia, yeah.
I do wonder.
If that's a bathtub, it is.
I was gonna say,
100%.
I do wonder if this is the end of Quick Simple Fun. In a sense, we haven't heard anything from them in a long time. They had two big games, Celestia and Muse. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad this one's back in print. This is kind of a classic. It's from Aaron Weisblum, who was for a while best known as Alan Moon's co-designer to design a lot of games together. This is one he did on his own. This is an old game. It was from Out of the Box Publishing initially published it.
Yes.
Under a different name. I
That's
know what it's
some
called.
years. Cloud 9, I think.
Cloud 9, right.
Yeah.
Cloud 9. This is a much nicer looking version, and they streamlined but also added a little bit of randomness with some cards. But it works well. If you never played it, it's great for conventions.
It is.
All right, then we have Gadget Builder. This is Tom Lehman, who is best known for Race for the Galaxy. This doesn't look like Race for the Galaxy at
does
all.
not.
He's been putting out a lot of little card games with Rio Grande lately, and they've generally, unfortunately, flown under the radar. He did a trick-taking one with Seasons.
Okay.
And then he did one with like characters in a castle. It was a 2-player kind of tug-of-war type game.
So what this is
Yeah.
it's Uno, essentially.
Okay.
You're matching color or number, but there's a fifth suit that lets you build gadgets that you can keep from hand to hand.
Okay.
So which gadgets you build and when do you use them, help you get rid of cards. You can only use one gadget per turn. And to go out, you have to have no cards in your hand and no unused gadgets. So if you build a gadget, you have to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds cool. The only thing I don't like is how it looks. It looks like a child's game. I don't like that art.
That cover either?
Those
No.
robots look like something a 10-year-old drew, and I apologize to the
10-year-olds watching.
artist.
Oh.
Unless they're
That too.
8 years old. If so, congratulations.
Yeah, you're ahead of your time.
All right. Pacific. This is from Donald X. Vaccarino.
Who?
Yeah, he's best known for Dominion. I feel like I've said this 3 games in a row here. This is similar to Nefarious, they say in some ways, where you're all picking your actions simultaneously. And but first you have to collectively determine which actions are available. We're journeying from California to Japan over the Pacific Ocean. And you have to earn more money than everyone else. There's 10 rounds. At the start of each round, you'll reveal a card from your hand at the same time. Then you're going to reveal which one of the revealed cards you want to use. So it sounds like you're revealing twice. First you're putting out the options for everybody, then picking one of those options.
Okay. I kind of like the look of this. I mean,
Like that cover?
I do. This is one of the best Rio Grande covers I've seen in a long
It
time,
looks like he's
honestly.
sitting at a beach.
I do agree. Let's
And he has
give credit where
Google
credit is
goggles
due.
on.
I wouldn't have put those 4 icons in the middle of the cover.
That's the Google goggles part. It's like you can select. You're watching it. You're like, I'm going to do that. Well, that's just me. That's
I don't know what a Google goggle
Those
is.
Ray-Bans. You
Say it
see
real
little
fast.
icons.
Google goggle.
Google goggles. Well, it's a Ray-Ban now. They have Google goggles.
Okay, can we move on?
Anyway,
Yes,
it looks
please.
like I don't know. He's got coffee. I approve. Oh,
Maestro
this
Media,
Yes.
who has kind of burst onto the scene. Their big announcement they just recently
That's
they're
good.
doing the Clash of Clans board game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But here they also announced 2001: A Space Odyssey, the board game.
Mm-hmm.
This still hasn't happened. We're 24 years now past this date.
There's still hope,
Still hope.
but there's time zone differences.
So you are fighting against the evil villain here, who is called HAL.
HAL 2000, baby.
One letter
Classic.
below IBM. You knew that, right?
I did not know that. Really?
Yeah, IHBAML.
HAL.
Pretty funny.
HAL
Yeah.
2000, baby.
Was that intentional
I'm
or was
afraid
that
I
like one of
can't.
those-
No, that's
Definitely
intentional.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty clever.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
Anyway,
No oxygen for you.
HAL will win
Wow.
if 3 systems are terminated or if life support goes down.
Oh,
But
my.
crew members can win by completing 3 logic sequences in a HAL core.
How core.
It's coming out June 4th. It'll be available in stores and on their website. I like the theme of this one a lot. You know that
Yeah.
the whole time everyone's going to talk like that, though.
Of course, you got to do the HAL voice.
I've never seen
Or
it,
just
so-
have long, quiet pauses while you slowly walk down corridors. This movie's very, very slow.
Is
It's
it?
like painfully slow.
Hey, Captain's Chair seems to have
Yes!
done very well, so there's 2 expansions coming out for it. The To Boldly Go is a new standalone that adds Captain Kirk, Khan, and Felipe Giorgio. I don't know who that is.
Finally.
Who is that? You're the
No
Star
idea.
Trek guy.
I don't even know him. Is it the actor's name or the real person's name? Is he from Lower Decks?
That is the same thing. The
There's
actors are the
6.
real person.
There's 6 new captains, it says.
Okay, go. Let me hear 'em.
No, they only told us there's only 3 here in the press release.
Oh, man.
But they included Felipe.
There's
well,
Kirk.
again, I want to apologize right now to Star Trek. I just don't happen to know who that person
Okay,
is.
Kirk Douglas.
No, it's not Kirk Douglas.
Right?
It's falling down. Star Trek Captain's Chair.
All right. Anyway, the other expansion is Second Contact. This has new captains,
Oh,
including
wow.
Carol Freeman and Christopher Pike.
Okay, I know Pike.
Okay.
It also comes with Chromoth B as a starting location. It opens a portal to the rest of the galaxy. This one seems smaller, even
what?
though the box there is bigger.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that's weird. The first one is $59.99. The Second Contact is $29.99.
Maybe it's a little box.
Yeah, I think so.
huh.
She was the captain of Discovery before Burnham. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you. Yes, I did know that.
Yeah, come on.
From Discovery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star
I
Trek
just forgot their
Discovery.
name. Okay.
Enterprise or
And then
bust.
after that, they had Star Trek Animal Planet.
I watched that one. That's Snoop and Kevin Hart.
Yep. All right. We just have one piece of news left after this, folks. Is anyone watching Rich? Because if you're not, you can just turn it off. This piece of news won't affect you
What is
at all.
Rich?
Rich.
Rich.
You have lots of money.
You have lots of money.
Oh,
You're
got
wealthy.
it. I think you said, is anyone watching Rich? I'm like, what is Rich? And like, is anyone here who's watching us wealthy? Okay, I got it.
All
Okay,
right.
yes, I'm gonna pretend I'm in.
I'm going to buy whatever it is.
So,
What is it?
all right. So,
Wait, is this
Ghost Galaxy.
Yeah.
Ghost Galaxy is remaking the Lord of the Rings Confrontation from Reiner Knizia.
That sounds fun. I enjoy that 2-player game.
It is a fantastic 2-player game that takes elements of Stratego and does some pretty cool things. It was never a huge hit, but it was a pretty decently received game. People liked it.
It's Stratego. I bought a copy of that for $1,600.
You did not. But there will be an edition in the GameFound thing that will cost $2,999 plus tax. Good news, though?
Wow.
Free shipping.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you get this. It's like this incredibly luxurious, rich Corinthian mahogany table with the game built into it. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
Is there like you can upgrade for minis?
Wow. Look at that.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about it here. Here's what you get. You get one Lord of the Rings Confrontation Ultimate Collector's Edition.
I better get the
painted
game
character
at least.
stands.
Okay.
9 Fellowship stands, 9 Sauron stands.
Got it.
1 expanded hardcover rulebook, 1 artwork sleeves, 1 metal challenge coin,
That's all you need.
and all stretch goals.
Stretch goals.
There will be hand-painted character stands.
For an additional cost.
There will only be 1,000 units. I hope so. That you're making a cool $3 million on that. Then that's
Wow.
crazy.
Will they sell out?
No.
I can't see
That was
it.
very quick. No.
Will Mike DeLisio buy one?
Yes.
No.
He's a Knizia fan. No,
He's
because I
also-
met the man. He's sane.
Have you seen the shoes he can afford?
Wow, his shoes are amazing. Back off his
Shoes
shoes.
are expensive shoes.
I like his shoes.
He bought the
the only-
discount store,
It's the only
Doc
place
Martens.
you see him outside of the
Okay?
Shriners.
Doc Martens made one pair with that color,
They
and then
did.
they stopped.
He was their prototype. I guess it won't sell. Mike's like, you gonna sell that?
Now, they did mention, I was reading. I
Just
was-
kidding, Mike. I'm messing with you.
I was
Calm
reading
down.
this. My birthday's in July, says Mike. That's true. We'll think about this.
Yeah, right, dude.
I was hesitant yesterday with the $1,700 very useful printer.
Yes.
This,
Now,
this is a
Wow.
table, folks. You're buying a table for one game. I almost feel like we should
that's insane.
guess how many will back it because we know it's not going to be zero.
No. They're
There's gonna
making
be
how
people
many?
back it.
100?
Thousand.
No,
1,000.
$3 million worth.
I'm going to guess very few. 180.
Yeah, I think.
I'm going to guess very few.
That's so close.
This is.
You think more people than that will
I
buy
think some
this?
people are going to invest in it. I'll go 222.
Okay, I'm gonna say one.
No way.
So I
Is it
go
like
over.
closest?
No, I really think it's around 200. So
200?
under 200.
Okay, so we're all about 200.
I think it's going to be closer to these. I can't. It's
But you never know, though. People go crazy for these large pledges sometimes.
It's on crowdfunding, right?
The thing about it is
Yeah, it's
this.
GameFound, I
Look,
think.
it depends
Yeah.
on the game, too. I'm not trash talking this game at all.
I like it.
I like it. But this is
Okay.
a game that's been in print a couple times. It's gone out of print. It's not an evergreen, okay? This is not Wingspan in a table.
No, that's.
This is The Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation in a table. And The Lord of the Rings is not even coming out with movies right now. They're not coming out with new novels right now. This is not necessarily a hot property this moment. I mean, there's like the Rings of Power TV show, which was, it did okay. It made a sort of a blip in the
Right.
IP strength. But this is not the time to sell this. The time to sell this was when the Two Towers came out.
Exactly. That's. And then people mention chess sets are expensive. They have nice ones of that. But
That's
those
chess.
Chess has
Also,
been
they're
around
around
Or
for
Go.
thousands
You
of
know,
years
Right.
it's different.
with no competitors.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so let's talk about this. GameFound backers will not only get the first option to acquire this treasure, but you're getting $1,000 discount. This is actually a $4,000 table. So that's a steal. And then they mentioned you can stretch pay. So it's like buying a
will
car,
say,
baby.
good.
This
I
is
will
one
say
time
right
when
now-
you need to use stretch pay.
You got
How
it.
many people will buy it at the 4,000? I think that is zero.
No, I'm telling you.
4,000?
Again, there's people who spend money on ridiculous. Have you been to the art show on the cruise ship?
Yeah, that is true. I've seen people pay
Can't
like.
even play a game on those surfaces.
They yelled at him. He takes like this canvas looks nice. I can pick cards up
The
off of
thing
it.
is, it's probably worth the money in the sense of
Oh, the work that goes
the
into
work
it.
that goes
Yeah.
into
The
it.
workmanship, I'm sure, is
yeah.
excellent. It's just interesting that it's one game only, and it's not even like, again, sort of this classic come back to life kind of thing. It's a good game, but it's another game. I'm sorry. What are we like? Are we going to start doing this for any good game now from the past? Where's that break? You know what I mean? I mean, they did the one with Cyril kind of did this, right? Where they had like an
Yes.
incredible, but at least Cyril is closer to chess.
Right.
There are no cards. Like, you know what strikes me as odd? That this amazing table is going to comes with sleeves for the cards. Those things are at odds to me. Like, anything I sleeve does not scream heirloom.
Premium. Right.
You know what I mean? If it's an abstract thing, the pieces are gorgeous, the whole thing can't blow away in the wind, that's an heirloom. Like, I'll buy a table for this thing. If I'm sleeving and shuffling cards, that's just a game. That's a game. That's a normal kind of thing. So I find those things at odds.
So some of the argument is War of the Ring had a collector's edition that cost, I don't know, $600,
Yeah.
and now it's selling for $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. So this is better than that.
Did the Small World one go up? Like that was.
It
like,
did, that
it
same
did?
thing. That one sold for $300. That was a steal comparatively.
That's so amazing. 300 compared to...
Well,
was a-
yes, but Days of Wonder did say they lost money on that.
I'm
That was a
sure.
nice
I'm sure they
production.
did. Look at this.
It is pretty.
Wow. Of course it's pretty. I'm sure it's amazing.
It's a one. I don't love the game. I don't know that there's any game that I love that much. Like my favorite game, let's say Cosmic Encounter, and they made a version for $3,000. I would be sad that I couldn't get it.
Sure,
But that's
what
the
could
only
they
one I would
possibly
consider.
do? You know what I mean?
Once you get out of my top 10, I'm not interested in any
Right.
over-the-top game. But, I don't know. Christian Peterson's a master at selling stuff. So
I'm looking forward to seeing one someday.
I'm up into 333.
Yeah,
I've talked myself into
333. Okay, I'm sticking around 200.
All right, well, we'll see. It's going to be really interesting. I'm going to ignore the... Here's the thing. I'm really excited about this project because of...
That's crazy.
I'm excited about the project because I want the game to come back.
Yeah.
Although I just saw it out there. You can go play it now.
That's true. But the new one does look nice. Even the normal version looks
Yeah,
nice.
that's it.
So, all righty. Well, there you go, folks. That is the news. We started low, went higher.
Yeah.
Lots of money being thrown around. That's for sure.
right.
Lots.
All righty. We'll be back later today. Me and Z and Chris will be talking about the top 10 introductory welcoming games. Welcoming games. Welcoming games. We'll see you then. Get your tickets for Dice Tower East.
Do it.
Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Joey Evans.
Bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Vassell.